To me, it didn't seem worth it to make a cooking video on this, but I'm going to go ahead because this is one of my favorites. So I'm going to go ahead and put in some Rice Chex cereal, just plain old Rice Chex. I got a 1/3 cup measuring cup that I'm using here. And I put in 3 of them, so that's about 1 cup. There you go. Yep. Now I'm going to do the same thing with my Cheerios here. And it doesn't have to be exact. I usually get like a Kroger generic or a Walmart generic. You can find generics to these cereals everywhere. But the point is I don't use sweetened cereal. I just use plain Cheerios. So let's just go ahead and put in this one. Yeah, I have this just about every day. My sin food, Maybe that's why I don't want to make the video, because this is my sin food. Everybody has their sin food, right? I could be eating worse. Yeah, I'm going to turn this off for right now. Hold on. I store the cereal here with ties, twist ties, because you can tell I eat this regularly. Now, this is my own concoction. It is a blend of sliced almonds and roasted pumpkin seeds, which I make regularly to be able to use as a topping on this cereal. So here, let me kind of try to make this with the camera is like a challenge and a half, right? All right. I usually throw in, this is a half teaspoon measuring spoon, regularly, you can tell. And I throw in usually about maybe 2 or 3 of these. Just enough to give it a little bit of flavor, you know. Yeah. So it's approximately, yeah, that's good. It's about 2 tablespoons, maybe even a little less. Okay. The next thing I do is I put in my plain Kefir. Plain Kefir. Okay, oops. Let me shake it. Hold on. Yeah, you want to shake the Kefir before you put it in. I just sort of approximate. Yeah, that's about, looks like about 3/4 of a cup. And then the next thing I'm going to put in is the flavored Kefir. I'm going to shake it first and pour in just enough to give it just the right amount of sweetness. Okay, just shook it up. This is blueberry. Just enough to give it sweetness, not too much. I actually don't like excess sugar in my foods. And then I rinse off the top of this and then put it back in the refrigerator because usually some dripping gets around there. Okay, hold on. For the finale, I pour in 1% lactate milk. It doesn't, probably about a half a cup. Like I said, you don't have to follow my recipe exactly. All right, so there we go. It's my breakfast cereal. And it's really easy to make this really fast. So if I'm in a hurry, this is my go-to. So I already know that this is good because I eat it all the time. So there it is. Yeah, it's my go-to. So there it is. I don't add fruit or anything because I make a separate fruit salad. Believe me, I get plenty of fruit and plenty of fiber. I just happen to enjoy high fiber foods. So you don't have to follow this recipe exactly, but I love this. Like I said, it's my sin food. In a world of secrets where darkness reigns, there's a warrior rising, breaking free from chains. She's Gail Schuler, her heart pure and strong. With the power of love, she'll right the world's wrongs. Yeah. She's the first, the passionate crusader. Stand by the side of conquer it all. Through space battles and trials.